So for the last half century plus, this skater, organizer, developer, coach has gone on to represent his hometown with great distinction. He is the only person born in Woodstock, New Brunswick, ever to be drafted into the NHL and to play in the NHL. Now we're going to talk about the many lives in hockey of Sidney Veysey. Now Sid Veysey was drafted 182nd overall by the Canucks in the very prominent 1975 amateur draft. Now at 5'11", 170, one of the most speediest centers in New Brunswick history. He first came to major prominence with play with the Brunswick Junior Hockey League in the 72 season. He had 73 points in a combined 41-game regular season with Riverview and Moncton, and had 37 goals. Now, 73, he was the 108-point goal-getter in the campaign, 3-point-a-game pace for Moncton of the NBJHL. He eventually ended up in Sherbrooke of the Q for 2 seasons, and his second campaign, his draft year, ended up being 90 points in 48 games. Now, he has been recognized with many, many awards and honors over the years. He was an NBJHL champion of Moncton in 73, a QMJHL All-Star second team in 75, NBJHL points leader and assist leader in 1973, and also was the NBJHL's playoffs penalty minutes leader in 73. So he was number one in many categories. Now, he had his only game in the NHL against Colorado on October 14th, 1977. Now, he played with numerous amateur and pro teams after his NHL career was pretty well stalled. He was also a WHA draft pick by Edmonton, who took him 105th overall in round number 8. Now, he had great success with the minor league affiliates with Vancouver and throughout his time with the CHL and IHL squads. Now in Fort Wayne in 1976, he had 87 points in 73 games, and with Tulsa in 77 and 78, he had back-to-back top-flight seasons, 80 points in 77, including 29 goals and 4 points in the playoffs. And in 78, he had 33 points in 54 games with Tulsa of the CHL. Now, he found his way to the Newcastle Northland of the Northern New Brunswick Hockey League, or what is now kind of unofficially called the North Shore Hockey League. Then he found himself with the University of New Brunswick. Now, the problem with Tulsa, ladies and gentlemen, he suffered through a disappointing season in 78, and he was hampered by shoulder problems, which kind of cut back on his playing career. He did decide to retire from minor and major professional hockey to attend school at the University of New Brunswick to wrap up his degree. Now, he did play amateur hockey for the association for a couple of seasons. Now, in 1980, he had 53 points in 27 games. In 81, he had 37 points in 20 games, including 5 assists in 2 playoff games. Now, 82, he split time between the Frankton Capitals in the Brunswick Senior Hockey League and the Frankton Express of the AHL, where he played technically in his home region, because Carleton York is his family's home region. Now, after his career, he decided to go on to scouting. His last season, of course, with the St. John Gulls of the NBIHA. He had 36 points in the regular season in 24 games and 15 points in the playoffs. Now, he also coached minor hockey in Nova Scotia for a little while, and then again became a major scout with the St. John Sea Dogs of the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, where he's added to the very storied franchise with his intelligence and his patience in assessing talent. Now, he's probably one of the most important players in New Brunswick junior hockey history, and I tell you why, ladies and gentlemen. he put the association on the map in a lot of ways, because after his stellar career in the NBA JHL, which of course turned into a combination now we see in the Maritime Hockey League, or the Maritime Junior Hockey League, he gave a legitimacy to the teams and players and the programs within the Maritimes, especially New Brunswick, because Riverview and Moncton have always been respected as franchises for hockey, but he gave them a different resonance, because to go from New Brunswick to so many good teams in minor pro and playing for the Canucks, and he was a late draft pick. I mean, 11th round. There's not too many 11 rounders in Maritime history have ever made the NHL, and for that, Sidney should get all the respect from the media like us, and the various halls of fame that are in New Brunswick should look to him as a role model to gauge what type of players should be getting in their halls, because he could have done it all, but injuries and certain bad luck. But what he did for the talent he had, very, very, very John LeBlanc-like skills. As good as John LeBlanc was as a scorer, Sidney was just as good. And before, ladies and gentlemen, there was a Sidney Crosby. No joke. There was a Sid Veysey. Because when Sidney Crosby started the rise in recognition in the Maritimes, a lot of members of media said, oh, that's another Sidney, because, Sidney's a lucky name. So to be said in the same breath as Sidney Crosby, and you bring back a lot of memories for the people that follow you in the media and the fans, is tremendous. So that's the many lives of Sid Veysey, Woodstock, New Brunswick's pride and joy. So thanks for listening, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a like, comment, or subscribe. If you like what we're doing, tell our friends. There's an archive of nearly 1,000 podcasts on our channel, entertainment, politics, sports, and all different categories. Please check the search engine if you're looking for somebody, and if you would like to make a request, I do that. I take requests from all the podcast followers, so if it's not too obscure, because usually with a podcast here we like to run a little bit of art with it, like photos and stuff. If it's not too obscure, I can always track down anybody you mention, because 37 years as a sports reporter will do that. Have a good day. Bye.